what do you do if somebody is saying something about you on the internet that's not true?
Yes, what?
What? Well, not a whole lot of anything except kind of sit there, grin, and bear it. But there are some things that step over the line.
Mm.
And while YouTube doesn't seem to want to do anything about this, it's a great opportunity for us as shamans and spiritual teachers to use it as a teaching exercise. Okay,
Yeah.
without drawing too much attention to it, I told my husband Merrick, I said, "Babe, you've got a petty tyrant," and he didn't understand what that was.
Yeah,
What
I did not.
because it's kind of nonsensical. So we did this whole thing about what a petty tyrant is, what they
I didn't
do.
even know grown adults could be that sinister. I mean, I
Okay,
last time I heard stuff like that was in second grade.
it is very childish, but it does have dangerous
And
consequences
it does.
and implications. You know, if you have a petty tyrant feels like they're a superior being, and they want something that you have. To be quite fair and honest, I did do a kind of a documentary, interactive YouTube style thing. Where I presented what it was like for an awakening shaman. And it was rough and it was raw and it was real.
Yeah.
And I felt like being authentic was the way to go because I saw a lot of spiritual teachers out there being inauthentic and not really revealing the process. It could drive you crazy. It's scary. It's not pretty. But there are some videos out there that take these out of context. And while I'm fine with people saying whatever they want about me, what crosses the line is when they pull Merrick into it. Merrick, what did we see today?
I mean, there's like a 3 hour video, and it just has my name in the title of it.
And it talks about me being on drugs, which I'm not, me being an awful person, which I'm not, and it just paints a picture of me as being this woman hating
Like,
evil. It's not even true. And I showed it to my aunt.
like he said that Patrick took me as a hostage, which obviously that's
Okay,
not true.
okay,
So,
but you can't take okay. Not taking yourself too seriously is the most important step in
yeah.
dealing when people talk about you on the internet because of something you've done, whether that be a creative project, whether that be something people just don't understand artistic things, and nor do they understand that that was an authentic picture of my life when I was coming to terms with the fact that I'm a shaman. That's the most horrible thing that could happen to a person. But what was the babe? I want you to tell like how when you saw it because I kept telling him I said you got a petty tyrant and they're out for blood. They're going to try to destroy you. He didn't understand that. Now, babe, can you tell me kind of a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, in one example, I mean, in a video where you put someone's name on the title of the video, and then you talk about how another person in the video does drugs, that could affect someone's opportunity to be employed. And
Oh,
that's just, oh, a petty tyrant wants that. A petty tyrant.
a petty tyrant wants you completely utterly destroyed. And I know who my petty tyrant is, and oh gosh, there have been people who have joined him and become petty tyrants themselves. They're unaware of that because once you become a petty tyrant, you become unaware of it. You drop your quest for truth. So it's very important that I don't become a petty tyrant myself by responding to it. Because if you respond to it directly, you become a petty tyrant yourself. That's why I don't ever say anything.
But
That's
we had to make this video because it did need to be said. I
it
mean,
did need to be
it's
said.
very damaging.
But the most disturbing thing to my family and perhaps your family
Yeah.
would be the presentation of us as being really horrible drug addicted people, which in some way could affect our spiritual practice and what we do for people, or it could just make them look horrible. But the sense that there's drama surrounding it just turns everybody off, turns
Hmm.
us off.
He
But
thinks of you, okay? And there's something else he has to say about ladies.
what do I say about
Where's that
ladies?
at?
What do I say about ladies?
Clark?
I actually admit I didn't have the heart to screw up this whole hour-long thing.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I'm
I
not
didn't like it
awful.
either. It was disturbing.
It's actually a painful thing to do, so believe me, I get no pleasure from
So
Miss
why do they do
Patrick in
it?
this
What?
context.
I'll get pleasure when he's suffering again, which is what he deserves.
All right. So there you have it. There you have it.
That sums it up.
That's what a petty tyrant wants. They want you to suffer, and they're not going to be happy until wait. He said, "I'm not going to be happy until you're suffering again." Now, does that chill your blood in some way? That a human being would take pleasure in the suffering of another person. This petty tyrant might cite all sorts of examples as to why you're an awful person, but chances are the reasons that they're citing are things that they've actually caused. Okay, so say Merrick was looking for a job and he couldn't find a job because of this video. And he kept going on interviews and he kept running up against the same thing. We saw this video and you're not the type of person we want to work with or want to hire. Now, what would you do then?
I mean, there's nothing you can do.
You just kind of have to sit and take it while the petty tyrant butt fucks you. And you better learn to like it.
Or you can also make a video.
Or you can make a video like this responding to it.
Yeah.
But it's very, I don't want to put these people down because I actually, the time and energy that this takes. How long is this video? This is 3 hours. There are dozens.
That's insane.
Honey, I know I've never showed these to you. There are dozens of these things just going on and on and on about what an awful person I am. And they will actually come into my inner circle and kind of poach people away from me. And it's like, who has the time? Because it's really sad to see somebody that you love also become a petty tyrant themselves. So tempering the anger, like what was your response? I mean, you don't know what to do.
Oh, I mean, I was a little angry.
Well, it does make you angry and it does make you feel kind of hopeless. But this is kind of by design, because here is where we find out if you're a spiritual warrior or not. I know there are people, well-respected people that we know that have looked at this stuff and said, oh, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, you guys must be really doing something if you can cause something like this. But the petty tyrant thinks that they are a superior being, and they feel like they need to have some sort of authority in some way. So if you are doing something in any way, shape, or form that's creative or unique or innovative or whatever, and if that petty tyrant thinks that you have something that they want, that's why they do it. It's kind of weird.
It is weird.
It is weird. And it's something that is nonsensical to people, because usually most people decide what they want out of life and they go for it. And they don't try to belittle anybody or tear anybody down.
No.
But when you make it your life goal to make another person suffer, you're not an uplifter. You're not inspiring people. You're actually causing a whole lot of drama. Now, if the petty tyrant actually knew the frustration that they were causing you, they probably wouldn't do it unless...
Well, the petty tyrant knows that they're doing it.
Well, they don't know they're a petty tyrant. They're not self-aware, babe, because if somebody knew that they were causing somebody all this pain and all this trauma, would they do it?
Well, I mean, apparently people like watching other people suffer. The thing about the petty tyrant, though...
But the funny thing about this is they constantly say they don't like doing this, and they feel like they have to do it as some sort of public service to let people know how dangerous I am, and by extension, you.
Yeah.
So, how do you stop it? How do you do it? You just gotta wait. You gotta wait. You have to wait and be patient, and hopefully people will become aware that you have become a petty tyrant. And we've kind of talked about this today, and we didn't want to make this video because we didn't want to become petty tyrants ourselves. But we thought this was a great opportunity to teach, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at all those videos and say, wow, this is a petty tyrant. This is exactly how a petty tyrant acts. And in some way, I love that all that stuff is out there, because it has made me stronger. It showed me who my friends really are, and it shows me who really loves me and who's going to stick with me.
Yeah.
And that's what's important.
Yeah.
And you've stuck with me.
Yeah.
Even though...
I have.
Because
that shit's ridiculous.
But see, Merrick never paid attention to that stuff on the internet. But I think making this video, they were trying to get your attention. So, they have your attention.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Good job. So, they have your attention, babe. Do you have anything to say to them? If for some reason you met on people have come to me on the street and they've said, are you Patrick John Coleman? And some people have been nice, but there have been some people who have like, are you holding people hostage? Are you doing all this?
I guess I just say, I don't know. God bless.
God bless. Find a lover, find a friend, find something to do besides belittling people. And you might want to say, I mean, I know I've wanted to say at times to my petty tyrants, oh my God, don't be that person in my life. Please don't join the petty tyrant. But they do, and then they become unaware that they are. So if I could say something to them, I'd probably say thanks for doing a great job. Thanks for doing a great job, because the more petty tyrants you have in your life, the better of a shaman you are. So thank you for making me a better shaman, I would say.
Or anyone, a musician, an artist of any kind.
And
anything.
and oh, okay, I would also like to say thank you for forcing me to learn to trust the universe, because there for a while I couldn't trust anybody because I thought they were always gonna go petty tyrant on me. But I guess learning to trust you has been the most beautiful thing that's ever happened to me, because whether they realize it or not, it was kind of like us against all of them.
Yeah, it makes us closer.
It makes us closer.
So thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and happy Thanksgiving. And I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I know we will.
Yeah.
Come here. Mwah. I love you.
I love you too.
Hey guys, have a great night.